Scientists have found skeletons of a hobbit-like species of human that grew no larger than a 3-year-old modern child. The tiny humans, who had skulls about the size of grapefruits, lived with pygmy elephants and Komodo dragons on a remote island in Indonesia 18,000 years ago. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at what they captured in Asia that shocked the whole world. Yeah, you heard it right. So, let's start our video. Australian and Indonesian researchers discovered bones of the miniature humans in a cave on Flores, an island east of Bali and midway between Asia and Australia. Scientists have determined that the first skeleton they found belongs to a species of human completely new to science. Named Homo floresiensis after the island on which it was found, the tiny human has also been dubbed by dig workers as the Hobbit, after the tiny creatures from Lord of the Rings. The original skeleton, a female, stood at just 1 meter tall, weighed about 25 kilograms, and was around 30 years old at the time of her death 18,000 years ago. The skeleton was found in the same sediment deposits on Flores that have been also found to contain stone tools and the bones of dwarf elephants, giant rodents, and Komodo dragons, lizards that can grow up to 10 feet and that still live today. Homo floresiensis has been discovered as one of the most spectacular discoveries in paleoanthropology in half a century. The most extreme human ever discovered. The species inhabited Flores as recently as 13,000 years ago, which means it would have lived at the same time as modern humans, scientists say. To find that as recently as perhaps 13,000 years ago, there was another upright, bipedal, although small-brained creature walking the planet at the same time as modern humans is as exciting as it was unexpected, said Peter Brown, a paleoanthropologist at the University of New England in New South Wales, Australia. Brown is a co-author of the study describing the findings, which appears in the October 28th issue of the science journal Nature. The National Geographic Society's Committee for Research and Exploration has sponsored research related to the discovery. The find will be covered in greater detail in a documentary airing early next year on the National Geographic Channel. It is totally unexpected, said Chris Stringer, the director of the Human Origins program at the Natural History Museum in London. To have early humans on the remote island of Flores is surprising enough. That some are only about a meter tall with a chimp-sized brain is even more remarkable. That they were still less than 20,000 years ago and that modern humans must have met them is astonishing. The researchers estimate that the tiny people lived on Flores from about 95,000 years ago until at least 13,000 years ago. The scientists based their theory on charred bones and stone tools found on the island. The blades, perforators, points, and other cutting and chopping utensils were apparently used to hunt big game. In an accompanying Nature commentary, Marta Mirazanlar and Robert Foley, both with the Leverhulme Center for Human Evolutionary Studies at the University of Cambridge, England, describe Homo floresiensis as changing our understanding of late human evolutionary geography, biology, and culture. The discovery shows that the genus Homo is more varied and more flexible in its ability to adapt than previously thought. The genus Homo also includes modern humans, Homo erectus, Homo habilis, and Neanderthals, all of which are marked by relatively large brain cases, erect posture, opposable thumbs, and the ability to make tools. Homo floresiensis is in addition to the short list of other human species that lived at the same time as modern humans. I think people will be surprised to learn that not so long ago we were not alone, said Brown. There's no evidence of modern humans reaching Flores before 11,000 years ago, so it is unknown whether the Hobbit intermingled with modern humans. The researchers found Hobbit and Pygmy Stegodon remains only below a 12,000-year-old volcanic ash layer. Modern human remains were found only above the layer. Still, rumors, myths, and legends of tiny creatures have swirled around the isolated island for centuries. It is certainly possible that they interacted with modern humans, according to the researchers. Looked at from a regional perspective, we definitely have modern humans in Australia from at least 40,000 years ago, and in Borneo from at least 43,000 years ago, Roberts said. So there was a temporal overlap between the hobbits and ourselves from at least 40,000 years ago until at least 18,000 years ago, more than 20,000 years minimum. What was the nature of their interaction? We have absolutely no idea. We need more sites and more hard evidence, and that's the next phase of our investigation. Researchers are also anxious to investigate how and why the hobbits came to be so small. When scientists discovered the hobbit remains, they thought it was the skeleton of a child. There was no record of human adults that were that small. Modern pygmies are considerably taller at about 1.4 to 1.5 meters tall. Homo floresiensis presents an intriguing problem in evolutionary biology, Brown said. The most likely explanation is that over thousands of years, the species became smaller because environmental conditions favored smaller body sizes. Dwarfing of mammals on islands is a well-known process and is seen worldwide. Islands frequently provide a limited food supply, few predators, and few species competing for the same environmental niche. Survival would depend on minimizing daily energy requirements, but there is no absolute proof that this is what in fact happened with the small human. While there is stone tools dated as far back as 840,000 years ago, no fossils of large-bodied ancestors have ever been found on Flores, Brown said. There is some possibility that Homo floresiensis arrived on the island small-bodied. I could not have predicted such a discovery in a million years, said Stringer of London's Natural History Museum. This find shows us how much we still have to learn about human evolution, particularly in Southeast Asia. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.